Right now there's a great game on Kickstarter. It's limanowa. I hope I don't butcher it. Heroes of Limanowa 1914. This is a game about World War I. Now, a lot of people stay away from these type of games because of trench warfare. Trench warfare is, and it may be one of the most boring things of all time, but it wasn't always like that in World War I. There was a lot of strategy and a lot of battlefield tactics. This game captures it all. Why don't we head down to the table and take a look? Now here we are down on the board level, and you can see how beautiful this board, and this isn't even the final production board. This is just a board that is a demo board here. But it's very, very detailed with the railways and the roads and everything, and very just detailed. The forest plays a big part, and these are all interchangeable. So it's really, really an amazing work of art here. Now, the thing with this is that you can either use these chits or you get these figures, which are very, very nice, and to be honest with you, I would like to paint all of these. Now, I'm not going to show you everything. I'm just going to go through a couple of quick things. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end phase, and you're going to get these cards, and each one, like the red, and there's a black and a different color, will help you that you can use during those particular phases. You only get to use one card a turn, so you're really going to have to strategically kind of figure out what to do, like changing fire position or disrupt fire attack. Combat is very, very easy, and we'll show you that in a second, but first let's take a look at these cards. As you can see, it breaks everything down, and they have these, like, it's almost like a passport kind of thing with the stamps and everything like that. I really think that's a really cool look. And if this isn't even the production copy, I mean, these are just really well thought out and really, really nice. Here you have your combat factor, your defense factor, how many hits you can take, or wounds, basically, and that all plays into combat. So let's take a look at combat, and I'll show you how simple it really is, and really just amazing. As you can see, these minis are just something else. Now, on the minis here, you can see that it actually has the attack value of the cards, which is really, really cool. So here you would have a 7 going into a defense of 3. Now here, as you can see, these things come with defense, strategic goals, and all the towns are just, as you know, this is actually the name of the game, but as you can see, these towns are just very well defined and put together. But if this was a particular strategic goal and we were trying to capture that, what would happen is the 7 would go into the 3. Now, because they're on the strategic goal, it would be up to 5. So 7 minus 5 is 2, so you would need a 1 or 2 to hit, and wow, we hit. So actually what would happen is we would actually put 1 wound on here. Once they got 4, they would be destroyed and taken away. Now, there's all kinds of different units, and they're going to have like cavalry, and you can see there's machine gunners here. Now, as you can see, they have these flags. So when you have this battlefield completely covered with different types of units, and you have to declare each attack, so you would say this guy is attacking here. So you would do this with all the attacks that you would have, and then you would negotiate them one by one. There's 4 different armies in here. They have different entry points, and as you can see, they have some really cool things where weather plays a big part in it. And it's just a very strategic game. The cards really make it where it almost becomes like a fog of war in a lot of ways. So this is, again, like I said, not your typical World War I game where it's just all trenches. You're actually fighting historical battles. And in the book, which I was going through, there's a lot of historical battles, very detailed and very accurate. This is a Kickstarter I really think you guys should jump on and really back. So let's head up top and get my final thoughts on this and see what I think. Oh my God, this better fun. First of all, I want to paint those figures. I can imagine that battlefield and all the finished components and how great that thing is going to look with all the components on it. The real meat and potatoes of this game, like I said when we were down at the table, simple combat, very accurate, detailed, a lot of passion put into this game. Listen, I'm not a big guy to fund Kickstarters, you guys know that, but I'm telling you, if you have to fund one game, you're going to find that this game is very on the grand strategy level, but easy to play. There's nothing it's not overly complex, but it's strategic enough to suck you in. The way the combat system works is just brilliant. This is a great game. This is something that you really want to sink your teeth into, and I really think you'll enjoy it. I think this is a masterpiece in the making. Let's get this funded. Number one, because I want to paint those minis. Let's get it up to that 77,000 so we can get all those cool commanders so I can just paint that bad boy. So I really think that you guys will really enjoy this. This is something that I really am behind all the way, and I can't wait to see the final copy. Let's get it funded. I think it's well worth it. You know, a lot of people, like I said, they think World War II, you got to have tanks and everything. This is master strategy. This is, hey, I've got the same horses you got, I've got the same machine guns you got, and I got the same line infantry that you got. Now, how am I going to outplay you and outsmart you? And that's where it just has an incredible beauty to it. The boards, I like how that you're going to be able to switch things around, how things come into the play field, how the actual Polish work their way up the ranks to get into the battle. Just, you could play it one player, player versus player, or 2 against 2, or 1 against 2. It really is something unique, and I really think this is a game that really needs to get funded. Well, that's it for me, Rob Orn. Until next time, we'll see you soon.